So many unanswered questions here, isn't there? Maybe we'll learn more as we look around. And we don't really need to deal with you. The doorway's blocked by that cabinet. We could recycle our way in, but I can't be bothered. We're fine. This one. Right, this is trying out the Typhon lure, isn't it? Well, we're fine here. Can't open it anyway. Ooh. Oh yeah. Right, we should probably get down to that recycler. Shouldn't we, before we go any further? It's not far. We do have a phantom to kill, though. I don't see that being a problem. But we'll see. There he is. I see ya. Let's wait for him on this side. Got ya. Done. Easy. Russian bulliness. Didn't ken what that is. Well, let's just eat it. Take the shotgun shells, they might come in handy. Maybe not. Alright. Transfer all the junk. Any other junk in there? Ooh, tempting. Very tempting. Get rid of those. I think that's it. This bolt caster, it doesn't seem like we're getting many places where we can use it. Is it worth it being in our inventory? We can always manufacture it when we need it. Well, we'll see. I mean, we're always, we're never far away from a recycler, either. It's not like it's a big deal having it taking up space. Alright, great. I feel lighter now. Let's continue. Let's see what we have. The next area. I think we took the long way around. I don't think we had to go this way, but never mind. Yeah, because this brings us out into this corridor. Got it. Right, there's our turret friend. Good to see you. Who are you? Oh, you're Rory Mannion. Turret! Do my bidding! Turret! Shit. Okay. There's a mimic and there's a phantom. Okay. It's just a phantom now. And he's very low health. Probably don't even need the glue gun. I think they were standing behind the turret, weren't they? Oh, the turret's gone. Yeah, we should get that. We should get it back up. Let's point it this way. Point it at the doors. Get it like down here. That'll do us.
Ready to scan.
Right, Rory Mannion.
I can hear the weaver through the walls. Son of a bitch is gloating.
Gloating?
How are you holding up?
I dropped a couple of nightlights to lure the phantoms away. Put sticky notes on every goddamn thing I'm sure isn't a mimic. You?
Good. Safe inside the armory. Squashed a mimic that slipped in, but that's it. I got everything sealed tight.
What's our plan?
Wait for rescue?
If we make it, Alex is just going to pull our mods.
You want to remember this shit?
I think we could get out through the guts. Work our way up to the Arboretum.
Okay. Say the word.
We want to get out through the guts. Where are we? Where's the station map? We're in Psychotronic. They think they can get out through the guts? Is the guts just no bloody there? Why do they want to make their way up to the Arboretum and then get out to the guts? That doesn't make sense. Strange. Alright, yeah, just mimics. Yeah, so we knew there was an armory in here. Might be able to get... Ooh. Yeah, we should really get our scope on, shouldn't we? Okay, so we're fine here. We're fine. Part 3, Typhon Mimesis. Right, from Rory Mannion and Christine Lloyd. May explain how mimics arrived here and how at least one survived in the vacuum inside the Kletka for so long. They can move to an adjacent dimensional bubble, where time passes much more slowly. Shifting back with, oh wait, time moves more slowly. Didn't they say people live longer in this universe? Didn't they say could people who get neuromods live longer? Are they somehow... Do they move into a dimensional bubble? They shift back and forth with the appropriate stimulus, e.g. prey. From the mimic's perspective, a 6 million year journey to our solar system in the form of an iron meteor might only take a few seconds. These things are the ultimate trapdoor spiders. So I think what they're saying is, do they know where they came from then? Suppose if it's a meteor, they could probably trace where the meteor came from. 6 million years. It took 6 million years to get to us. For the mimics, it felt like a few seconds. Great. Anything else? Helen Barker Combs. Alright, what have you been up to, Helen? Aha! Volunteer 37. This is from Tsukaji. Right, Volunteer 37 shows signs of further instability in the last 24 hours. Subject demonstrated morbid curiosity in small objects around him, attempting to place them in his mouth and consume them. Nutritive and non-nutritive. Initial diagnosis would seem to be rapid onset pica, but there was no evidence of this prior to exposure to the telepath. We're not ruling out suicide attempts, although the subject isn't making an effort to hide it. We'll be performing an endoscopic exam next shift to make sure nothing is lodged in the esophagus or intestines. So this is the one that's not susceptible to the... What did they call it? Not susceptible to the mind control thing. Right. It's 37. Kaji had her fingers bitten off. Telepath rejection, this is it. Yeah. So he's been introduced to the Typhon Psychocratis, but it did not colonize the subject's mind. The Typhon developed a strong aversion to it. 37 has a history of psychological instability. So why is 37 resistant to the Typhon Psychocratis? From Christopher Smith, security officer Christopher Smith. CC to Takagi. Right, 37 is still under suicide watch. As requested, the prisoner hasn't been given any sedatives to keep his system clean for upcoming surgery. No food either, only water. He doesn't do much except rock back and forth, staring at the same point at the wall and mumbling to himself in Russian. Can't make out what he's saying. He's made no attempt to hurt himself that we've seen. This volunteer doesn't seem to be suicidal. He seems disorientated, like he's sleep drunk. What's going on with him? Right, let me try my best here. Encephalectomy. I think we've gotten just about all we're going to get out of 37 by talking. I want you to schedule surgery within the next few days. Let's get it out and into analysis as soon as possible. Get what out? Encephalectomy. I don't know what that is. Get what out? Yeah, so they've tried to glue the place up, haven't they? Tried to barricade themselves in. So we were just in there. So this is Takagi's lab. Cognitive sciences. We're no getting in there, are we? Oh, the transcribe. Yoink.
In light of what we now know the Typhon are capable of, and not capable of, it seems prudent to revisit the Project Cobalt material.
Igor, neuromods can already adapt Typhon material to the human mind. There's no reason in principle the reverse wouldn't work.
Whoa.
Say you managed to insert human neurons into a Typhon. How will you know it was successful?
The new neural structures would need to mature over a series of actual experiences, or simulated ones.
What?
Simulate the experiences. Calvino,
Wait.
he has...
Right, okay.
That's
look,
me.
It's fascinating, but let's focus on what we know is working. I don't want anyone devoting resources to this.
We seemed really interested in that. We've seen the named phantoms walking around. I don't know why some are named and some aren't, because it seems that, from what I understand, all phantoms are humans that have been taken over in some way. Is that right? Wait, we've got some new research here. Is this new? Imitation power seems limited to objects roughly the mass of the mimic itself. Could the psychoscope be modified somehow to detect hidden ones? Get to high ground and immobilize with glue cannon. Yeah, we know that. Know that. Phantoms are not wholly alien. Ah, they're created by weavers using human remains. Right. So, mimics use humans as hosts to create more. Phantoms are humans that have been weaved together with Typhon DNA, I guess. From what they're saying, so we're putting Typhon remains into our head through neuromods. Why the bloody hell did we start doing that, of all things? Why did we start doing that? How did we meet an alien species and then suddenly decide, you know, let's break this thing apart and then inject it into our head? There's a lot of missing pieces in this story so far. So yeah, what we've been doing is studying the human mind and what happens when the Typhon colonize it, I suppose. What that transcribe was about was taking Typhon and putting human DNA into their mind. Oh look, there's two little bolts there. I wonder if that's like a hint that we could use the bolt caster here. Maybe the utility's like open door or something. Oh, no way, it totally is. Can we use this as a zoom? Look at that, man. Look at that. Nice. Project Cobalt. Aha! Human Typhon cell fusion. First phase has to include cerebral division cells. Have to be split before they can be fused. Stage A. Oh, if only I could play this game on the highest graphic settings, I would be able to read this. I don't know what that word is. Is it fugitive? Cell? Quantization of the cerebral cortex? I don't know. I need a drink. Oh, that's lab equipment, not booze. Whoops. Engineering control systems, we read this, haven't we? Yeah. This was in our apartment when we first started the game. Q-beam cells, nice. Pick our bolts back up. Weapon upgrade kit, we'll never use that. Right, Takaji, what have you been up to? Didn't it taste like chicken? I'm Helen Barker Combs. I need a report on 37's condition in my transcribe ASAP. Either that psycho's the luckiest person in orbit, or worse, we've got some problem in what we're feeding the Typhon. And that can't happen. They're feeding the Typhon volunteers. They are, aren't they? No, that's not what it's implying. Either that psycho's the luckiest person in orbit, meaning it's the only thing on board that can't be mind controlled. Or worse, we've got some problem in what we're feeding the Typhon. I think they're just saying maybe they've fed this one the wrong thing and it can't use its powers properly. I'm not quite sure. Morgan said something about wanting to question 37, but that's low priority. He was practically unresponsive before. If nothing pans out, I'm going to prep 37 for an wasn't it encephalectomy before? And did I read that wrong? Yeah, encephalectomy. And this one is acephalectomy. Ah, well, we all make spell mistakes now and again. Right. So what's going on with 37? What kind of condition does 37 have? Takaji says to Morgan Yu about mirror neurons. I'm going to bring it up again next R&D meeting. Will you support me? Sure, says Morgan. Says me. Alex will probably shoot it down, but say the idea gets off the ground. Still have two big questions to answer. What's the test environment? Ah. Wait. Wait. Play this.
In light of what we now know the Typhon are capable of, and not capable of, it seems prudent to revisit the Project Cobalt material.
Igor, neuromods can already adapt Typhon material to the human mind. There's no reason in principle the reverse wouldn't work.
Say you managed to insert human neurons into a Typhon. How will you know it was successful?
The new neural structures would need to mature over a series of actual experiences.
Tests.
Or simulated ones.
What?
Simulate the experiences.
Simulate.
He has...
Right, okay, look, it's fascinating, but let's focus on what we know is working. I don't want anyone devoting resources to this.
Why were we so interested in Calvino? Calvino's the guy who invented Looking Glass. Simulated. What's the test environment? Whose neurons are we talking about putting in them? Wait. Are we Kaiser Soze? I see dead people. Volunteers are in. This is us. This is us saying this. Whose neurons are we talking about putting in them? I don't look like a Typhon. Well, we know what our tests were about. We were testing out these, right? I think. Because we had a force blast test, we had a morph test, we had a telepathy test. So we were having Typhon material injected into our head to test out these abilities. That's what our tests were for. Can't be. Can he be? Right, we should be safe walking around up here. Right, that's Labs A over on that side. We couldn't get into Lab A because the stairs were broken. Were we the bad guy all along? Mimic, I've got bigger questions to think about. That's an airlock to outside, isn't it? Yeah, it is. What do we gain from going outside? Well, all we could do is either just explore outside, or we could get into the hardware labs if we wanted. Don't really need to go there. Don't really need to go to the hardware labs, so. This doesn't help us, but what we should probably do, we know these can only be opened from the inside, so let's open it up and it'll be like just a little, it's just a little checkpoint here. 2 of 5 airlocks opened. So 1, 2, 3. There's the other airlocks. Arboretum, shuttle bay, and power plant. I wonder if these will become like almost like a fast travel system later on. We get these opened. Yeah, Talos exterior, yeah. Well, we don't need to go out. Right, get the psychoscope out. Come on, man. Wait. 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 We need to find Michaela's email. Oh, we've got a lot, man. I wish we could search these. You know, like you could in your own inbox. What was it called again? After this. There. I still didn't ken what happened. I've put it behind me, Ken. You passed me in the hall today and you looked through me. We know if we get a neuromod removed, we lose our memory. That would explain why we didn't recognize Michaela. We could have just been blanking her completely. It's also another option. Or... No, I was going to say... what if she saw... What I'm thinking here... We are very interested in this project Cobalt. We are very interested in implanting... We're very interested in implanting... Come on, man. Human neurons into Typhon. What I was thinking... What if we had our neurons put into Phantom and that was walking around? But it's kind of silly because it would be fucking obvious it was a Phantom because of what they look like. Unless it could shapeshift. We know mimics are capable of shapeshifting. But can they mimic organic material, right? We know they can mimic... We know they can mimic machinery, complex machinery. Can they mimic organic material? When Stephen Russell got his cup mimicked in the beginning of the game, the cup was empty. He made a big point about saying that. The cup was empty. So the mimic did not mimic the material inside the coffee. Psych Lab 8, 19th of February. Why do Americans do that, man? Why do they put the month first and then the date? It makes no sense. You think about how numbers work. You know, units on the right hand side, tens next, and then hundreds. You think about how binary works. Same idea except base 2, right? The smallest units go on one side and the biggest units go on the other side, and everything's ascends in order. So it makes sense that you should have the smallest unit first, the day, the next biggest unit after that, the month, and then the biggest one on the end, year. Why did they have to do that, man? Why did they have to spin it around that way? List of our current research project. New tests. Anyone? Check lab equipment, instruments and apparatus. Give data and results. Approval. Where is Morgan? Missing. Right, so we've been getting tested on for a long time, haven't we? A long time. Another turret here. Well, we don't need it yet. Let's go and put it out. Go and put it out here just so we know where it is. It's alright. What was that? I heard you. A mimic. Where is it? Where is it? Aha. Shit. Got you. Aha, Gallegos. Medical parasitology. Parapsychology is the field related to sort of abnormal events, paranormal events, trying to find sort of a scientific cause for unexplained events, ghosts and whatnot. Parasitology, I don't know what cytology would mean. I don't know if it's parasite, study of parasites. I don't know, man. Door's closed, but well, we can get in there, can't we? Oh, I hear you. I hear you. You didn't scare me. I hear you. Can't see you, but I hear you. It's in that room. Warning, I've sealed several mimics inside. 2 casualties, so maybe as many as 8 mimics. Right. So there's been at least 2 mimics in there. He said he sealed several inside with 2 casualties, so the mimics have grown. So there's a lot of mimics in there. We're going to need the turret, because there's going to be quite a bit coming out of that room by the sound of things. Why did you fall off the table? Evan Avery. Never heard of him. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Yeah, the carbon atom has the most available bonds. It's got 4 covalent bonds available to it. That's why it's the most... That's why it's used in organic chemistry. It's got so many bonds available to it. It's sort of like the perfect, almost like the perfect element. The ones on this side, these only have 1 bond free. Right, there's only one free bond, so they're very, very reactive, unstable. Ones on this side, these are the what do they call them? The noble gases? Are these the noble gases? These are very stable. They have no free bonds available. I believe all of these exist. Helium exists completely on its own. Helium cannot bond with another atom, I believe. I think that's how it works. Whereas hydrogen, well, we know hydrogen can bond with oxygen, create water. Carbon, no, bonds with oxygen. Give us CO2. This has 2 bonds available. Is that how it works? These 2 bonds link to 2 of those. Oh man, I'm struggling to remember. I'm at my depth here. I'm at my depth here when it comes to chemistry. Now, do you think we'll need 2 turrets? I think we might. If there's as many as 8 mimics, that's quite a bit. We could probably handle them if we just took our time and cleared them out. You know, just got aggro and cleared them out one at a time. But it could also be just a lot easier to use the turrets. I don't think we even need to fortify this because a turret can take out a mimic easily. Now, what's the best way to do this? This containment. Gallegos. So we're going to have to... There's no other way, we have to smash that open. Can we use that? Fire there. And put this on the table.
Eradicator auto turret version 0.7.6 online.
I don't know if I want to waste spare parts getting the other turret up and running. I think it costs 3. 2. We've only got 8 spare parts though. 1 should be enough. If there's 8 mimics in there, if that takes out 4 of them, we should be okay. Should. Oh, they are the strong mimics. The greater mimics. Shit. Okay, I wish I'd set 2 turrets now. That's not a greater mimic. Okay, they need... I don't know if I'm not hitting them with the glue gun properly, but they need more glue than the other ones have. Whoops, come on man. Not reload, fuck's sake man. Maybe this is just a sign we need to upgrade the glue gun. Yeah, this is fine. I think that's 4 down. So the mimic just sits and waits. Waits in an alternate dimension. Waits for prey to come along. It's a good strategy, isn't it? You know, they're not consuming, or I assume they're consuming less nutrients when they're in the other dimension. I assume it's almost like a kind of kind of hibernation. Ah, there was only 5 in there, man. That wasn't so bad. Wasn't it so bad? Gallegos. What have you been up to, Gallegos? Corey Richard. Where's Christine Lloyd? Does she even have an office here? What is this? Is this First Contact? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. It is. We've seen this. Look at you, Gallegos. Look at you. Fancy sofas and everything, eh? You've done alright for yourself. Introduction to Survey of Parapsychological Meta-Analysis. Right, by Dr. Igwe. For example, conducting a meta-analysis of over 2,000 Gansfeld trials, wherein participants are subjected to mild sensory deprivation in order to test for telepathy, reveals a hit rate of 39%. These results are statistically significant, like bloody right they are. Meaning that the success rate is above what could be explained by chance alone. 39%. That's... You're saying you tested... You had 2,000 trials. And what is this saying? 39% of the people there could use telepathic abilities? And you're saying that's what could be explained by chance alone, like... No, well, you know what, it's no, because... You know, if you want to test for telepathy, you know, you'd have to... I don't know, how would you test for it? You know, I'm thinking of a card, tell me what card I'm thinking of. There's always a chance that person's going to get it right, but... They ain't going to get that right 39% of the time, man. If it was a coin flip... You know, that would be more like, well, you know, 50%. There's no denying it, something spooky is going on. These can't be these can't be normal participants, right? These have got to be people who've been subjected to the Typhon in some way, surely.
Hello, Dr. Kelstrup? I wanted to follow up on my request to view one of the volunteer application contracts.
Anna, you're supposed to be off today.
I had some free time, so I thought...
I've already told you, the VACs are sealed documents. My hands are tied.
But isn't there some allowance for the researchers? I mean, my God, I'm the one pushing the button.
Look, I understand. I really do. You wouldn't be human if this was easy.
I just want to be sure.
Believe me, everything we've done is perfectly legal.
That's because Talos 1 is an extra-national space. There are no laws.
Anna, you're tired. It's affecting your judgment. Now, I've tolerated it for a while, but enough is enough. You need to take some time, understood?
Yes, Dr. Kelstrup. I understand.
Good. Oh, look, you've made me late for a meeting with Alex.
So that's why Gallegos is a problem. We had an email about her being a problem. Because she's asking questions about volunteers. I wish the pistol wasn't silenced. It feels like a... It feels like the... the way that it fires as fast as you can pull the trigger, it feels like the Jacobs revolvers in Borderlands. Just wish it sounded like one. That would be cool, man. Like having a revolver. That would be amazing. Having a big iron on our hip.
Big iron on his hip.
Yep.
Big iron on his hip.
Now, what has Gallegos been up to in here? Like, we know she's been asking questions. I wonder what she's tried to do. Where's the email about her? Does it actually have her name on it? I don't remember. I wish we could search, you know, I wish we could search this. The same in all these kind of games, same in Deus Ex as well. I wish we could search for a keyword and it would pop up. Time to talk? Yeah, I think that's it. Alex says to Kelstrup. So Kelstrup already knows that Gallegos is posing a problem. And I wondered if she was posing a scientific problem that needed to be solved, but it's not. She's just questioning. She's just questioning what's going on here. I need to do some hacking, so pray for my soul here. Now we're going this way. Oh man. Yeah, those ones are much easier than the twos. Much easier. Kelstrup says to Gallegos, remember your mission. The volunteers Transtar sends us are irredeemable. Sociopaths sentenced to die for their crimes. We are neither judge nor jury. We only enable their already ordained destruction to the benefit of all humanity. Read the file on 13 if you need assurance. It's unlocked in the extraction lab. Where's the extraction lab? We haven't seen that. Have we seen it? No, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen anything about 13. What's the lab next door? Is that the extraction lab? Containment. I'm an idiot. From Demian Lin. I managed to lock my morgue keycard in the morgue. We've all been there. Kelstrup thinks I'm an imbecile as it is. Have any ideas? So the morgue keycard is in the morgue. That's helpful. Should we ever need to get into the morgue, well, all we have to do is get the keycard, which is in the morgue.